Hey guys, this is the War Against Narcissism. My name is Kevin, and I want to do something a bit different in this video. I want to talk about covert narcissism, which is often called shy narcissism or vulnerable narcissism, and why it is so dangerous in comparison to overt narcissism or classic narcissism. Basically, when it comes to covert or overt narcissism, there is not much of a difference, meaning that they both have the same motivations. They're, both covert and overt narcissists are abusive. But the issue with covert narcissism is that it does not fall in line with what narcissism is believed to be. Being that they are shy or vulnerable or covert, these are not things that the general population associates with narcissism, right? And because of that, it's really easy for covert narcissism to sort of fly under the radar and not be discovered the same way that an overt narcissist might be discovered. What happens is that because covert narcissists are shy, vulnerable, hidden, secretive, they can get away with a lot of stuff for a lot longer because they project themselves, or they portray themselves, to be exactly the opposite of what they are, right? They portray themselves to be benevolent, generous, caring, loving, docile, shy. They are shy, but again, that does not fall in line with narcissism. So I'm going to be reading from some notes because I'm actually going to be talking about a murder case. Now I do want to mention that I'm not handing out any diagnoses to anyone. I'm not saying anyone is a narcissist or has a narcissistic personality disorder. I'm just saying what I think, about this case. So the case is about Todd Kendhammer, who lived in West Salem in USA. And Todd Kendhammer, in 2016, basically called the police and told the police that while he was driving with his wife, a metal pipe fell off of a truck and hit his windshield and smashed through and hit his wife. And she wasn't dead at the time, but she did die the next day at the hospital. And basically, when the police arrived, they did find the scene to be very strange and to not necessarily coincide with the facts that Todd Kendhammer was giving them. So let me give you some of the facts that or some of the evidence that the cops had found that made them believe that Todd Kendhammer might be lying, right? So the police basically saw that his wife had they found that his wife had his DNA under her nails. They found that she had broken nails. They found that Todd had scratch marks on his neck, on his chest, and severely bruised knuckles. The pipe that he said that hit his wife had no blood on it, which is obviously impossible. She had bruises on her neck that fit with strangulation, and bruises at the back of her head, which obviously does not fit with getting hit with a metal pipe in the front of your head. The police tried to replicate the incident to see if it was possible, and after many tries, they deemed it to be impossible. Todd Kendhammer said that he had an appointment with a client, that he was driving with his wife on his way to an appointment with a client. That same client came to court to say that there was no appointment. That is not true. He did not have an appointment with Mr. Kendhammer, and his wife was late for work and did not call in, which is something that she had never done before. With all that, of course, they deemed they deemed that he killed his wife and tried to stage an accident. Now, Todd Kendhammer was convicted and sentenced to life in 2017 of murdering his wife and trying to stage an accident, right? But what is very noteworthy about this case is that I believe Personally, I believe that Todd Kendhammer is a covert narcissist. He displayed a lot of obsessive and controlling behaviors. He would drive his wife to work every day, which is not, no, which is very normal. But he would also contact her every day. Now, they have been married for 25 years, and he would call her every single day while she was at work, just to check up on her, which, you know, this is weird. I mean, I think personally, in my opinion, that it is weird, and you know, of course, the prosecution also detailed his, you know, the relationship to be a very controlling one. That Todd Kendhammer was very much trying to control his wife, trying to keep tabs on her at all times. They did everything together. They were always together, which again is not strange until, of course, you hear all of the facts of the murder case. But what is noteworthy about this case, now again, I believe he's a covert narcissist. The noteworthy part is that all of his dead wife's family, the whole family except two members of the family, now we're talking her brother, her son, you know, close family members, her parents came to court to testify about Todd Kendhammer's good character and how great of a couple they were, right? Now, with all the information that I've given you, with all the information that the police had found, I mean, even the pipe that Todd Kendhammer said hit his wife, there was rust on it, and they found the same rust that was on that pipe in the trunk of the car that he was driving, right? How would it end up in the trunk, right? I mean, in the back seat I could understand. In the trunk, it doesn't really make sense unless Todd Kendhammer put that pipe in his trunk. But the fact that his dead wife's family came to court to testify of his good character and tried to defend him after the police is basically saying this guy killed his wife. It is very obvious that everything he said is a lie. We've caught him in several lies. He's changed his story a couple of times when we did catch him in a lie, and it is very obvious that what he said happened did not happen. His wife was late for work. She didn't call in. She has never been late for work and didn't call in before. Clearly, this man murdered his wife, beat her with his fist and possibly with other objects, and then put her in a car while she was still alive and started driving, and then staged this accident in order to get away with it. But her family, not his family, her family is in court trying to defend the husband of their dead relative, her brother. Now that hits me, right? I mean, I think it really speaks to the dangers of covert narcissism when your husband can kill you, stage an accident, the police show up, and there isn't a doubt in anyone's mind that is prosecuting him that he murdered her. The events that he's telling are simply impossible. Why would he have bruises on his hands, on his knuckles? Why would he have scratch marks on his neck and chest? Why would his wife's DNA be on, underneath her nails? Why would her nails be broken? Why would she be late for work and not call in? Why would he lie about going to see a client, and then that client shows up to court and say that's not true? He wasn't. I didn't have an appointment with this man. I do know this man, but I did not have an appointment with this man. I don't know why he was saying that he was coming to my house and had an appointment with me. It's not true, right? But it speaks volume to the dangers of covert narcissism when a deceased family member, a deceased person's family, can come to court and then defend her obvious murderer, right? So I say that to say this. When it comes to covert narcissism, it is very different from classic narcissism, because you can point to a narcissist and most people will say, yeah, I mean, he can be a bit of an asshole, you know, sometimes, or defend that person and say, yeah, I mean, he can, you know, sometimes he's a bit of an asshole, but, you know, most times he's, you know, he's pretty great, right? Which is the truth. You know, narcissists, you know, if you agree with them and you generally go with what it is that they want, they can be great people, really great people, right? Generous people, loving people, right? Caring people. It is only when you disagree with them or you say no to them or they can't get something that they want that they become abusive, or when they are jealous of someone, which is something that comes with time. Basically, they're basically jealous of everyone. But when it comes to covert narcissism, the general public, strangers, acquaintances, friends, you know, have one version of, you know, of the covert narcissist, and then people that are very close to the covert narcissist have an entirely different version of that person. And unfortunately, Todd Kendhammer's wife, I believe, saw the other side of Todd Kendhammer, right? So I really, if you have dealt with narcissists in the past, if you have had you know, run-ins with a narcissist in the past, I really think it's important to not only get informed on what narcissism is, but also on what covert narcissism is, because covert narcissism is really very dangerous, because covert narcissists get away with a lot of things, a lot of, you know, a lot of crimes, a lot of, you know, with, you know, they get away with hurting a lot of people, and no one suspects them because they display themselves to be so the opposite of what it is they actually are. So I just wanted to, you know, shed some light on that issue. Hopefully you like this video. I know it's a little bit different from what I usually do. If you have any questions or comments, please, I would love to hear any comments or questions regarding this Todd Kendhammer case. Please leave it in the comment section below. Please like, follow, subscribe, and please share with your friends and community in order to raise narcissistic abuse awareness. This is the war against narcissism, guys. Salute.